For real.
I'm still learning.
But you know what? Like, bro, everybody that's getting in right now.
Mike, the podcast. Veterans helping veterans. Talking about things happening in the veteran community. Things we've experienced and overcome, such as addictions, PTSD, depression, legal trouble. And we also promote veteran-owned businesses. If you're talking about it, we're talking about it. This is Charlie Mike, the podcast.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Charlie Mike, the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Raul, and I have a special co-host today, my boy, William.
Hello, everybody.
Williams.
Thanks, Raul, for having me back, my man.
Man, I appreciate you saying yes. Man, how was your week, man?
It's been very humbling, honestly.
Yeah.
Got a few reach backs, and it's great, man. The Lord has blessed me, and just continue to Charlie Mike,
Man, that's right. That's right. How was I know you got to experience something yesterday, man. How did all that go?
Oh, it was great. I went to the rodeo. I took a few vets out there with me, and one of them you may know, David.
Did he mutton butt?
Dude, bro, there was a kid named David. I was like, they're calling you, man.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, don't go over there.
I know I hurt his feelings. Man, let me introduce our guest. Our guest today is Matthew. Matthew is a man. He's an author. He's a podcaster. He's a man. What do you not do? He's a Houston police officer. Man, Matthew, introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on the mic. This is awesome, man. When I first saw your show, I was like, man, I got to get on there. You know what I mean? This is awesome. This is what it's all about, helping veterans, man. Helping first responders, veterans, heroes, bro. That's what you are. That's what we are. So my name is Matthew Marin. I was raised off of Edgebrook, South Houston, and then I moved to Alvin, Texas. Did my junior high school out there. Went on a football scholarship to Ranger College out near Dallas. Dropped out, went to war. Whenever the war picked up, went to the U.S. Navy. I was on the JFK aircraft carrier, and then I did 2 tours with them, and then transferred to Cali, San Diego, where I was on the LHD Boxer, and I did another 2 tours with them. And man, it was unbelievable, bro. When I got out, I actually worked as a surveyor, and I was actually in Kuwait whenever HPD called me up and said they had an open spot, and I jumped on a plane and
that's it.
Came back home, and now 15 years later, man, I'm 15 years on the police department, and looking forward to retirement, man.
Man, there's a lot, man. We want to first off say thank you for your service in the Navy. Also, man, thank you for being, a police officer, man. I know that's a hard job and it's rough, especially the things that you see and experience in your day-to-day life, man. Getting out of the Navy, man, did you have any issues adjusting back to I don't say reality, but real life? I mean, normal life. I guess, what do you call it? Normal life?
We like to say transition. How was that transition from?
Yeah, I'll tell you this, man. The most exciting days of my life were in the military.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Man,
how long total did you do?
4.5. Yeah, so I did 4 tours.
Dang, man, that's busy.
Yeah, man. I was rarely over here, but yeah, man. I just like that. Whenever I transitioned, everything went smoothly. It was later on, I don't know if y'all know, but PTSD affects people differently.
Definitely. Yeah.
With mine, I didn't notice it, but looking back now, it affected me all through my last 2 years in the Navy. And then when I got on the police department, it was just every night I was seeing murders. Every night I was seeing kids being, raped, killed, whatever, man. I was in shootings. I had to kill a few people, and that's not where you get on the department for. You know what I mean? So all that stuff piles up, man, and it's complex PTSD. And I didn't know what that was, so I went on a downward spiral, bro. And I just started drinking a lot. I didn't know how to handle it. I wasn't taught nothing about it, and that's my big issue right now. That's my life goal, is to reach out to the public, teach everybody, the veterans, police officers, whatever. Awareness saves lives. If you're not aware of what you have, you can't fix it, right? So that's why spoken word, what you're doing, what I'm doing, written word, it normalizes this.
Right. Yeah. It definitely, man. I remember when I got out, it took me some time to realize there was even an issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that I was normal and that
Mhm.
everybody else was crazy as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it took time to realize, like, man, this isn't normal. And like yourself, you joined the police department, and I went the other way. I got in trouble with the law. And that's what made me realize, okay, I have issues. Yeah. Man, there's so much.
Well, that's what normally happens, bro. Like,
Yeah.
So like military, I mean, it's an easy transition from military to a paramilitary job, right?
Right.
So like policing was just something that my dad, he did 37 years on the police department, and
Wow.
it was just ingrained in me, right?
It's crazy.
Wow.
I grew up with these crazy stories, on the street. He would tell me some, and then I also grew up whenever we lived off Edgebrook in South Houston. We lived in an apartment complex, and there was an apartment fire, and I go over that in detail in my book. But I literally saw my dad run into a fire with his tidy whities on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
And save a baby, bro. You know what I mean? And when that happened, bro, like.
Yeah, like
It's changed me.
the epitome of a hero, the pity of a man that you want to duplicate.
Bro, that's all I wanted to do.
Replicate. That's crazy.
It's
So
crazy as a parent, bro. It's crazy how much impact you have on your kids.
Right.
Oh,
right,
man.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for sure.
The good and the bad.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm learning that now because I got a 2.5-year-old. So it's like,
Oh,
geez,
shit.
that's my first one. So I'm learning too. I gotta stop cussing.
Man, I know that's right. Will, what you got? You're quiet over there, man. What you got going on?
No, man, I it's like, again, a humbling experience to be next to this man on here. We connected probably about a year ago, just about through a mutual contact, and
it's my cousin, man.
Yeah,
Sonia. Yeah,
and she's really good friends with my aunt Patsy, and it's just surreal that because of their relationship, right, the influences. Now we're here trying to do the same thing, similar things.
Oh yeah, and the thing about it is too, like Sonia Escobar, she's a social worker, right? And it's like she used to, like, so Battle Bud. That's what I have on my shirt. That's my own little brand. But what I did on that, I sell T-shirts, I sell merchandise like that, and I use those funds to adopt families at the end of the year for Christmas and stuff. And I've been doing this for years, bro. So like, she would jump in on it, throw in some money, and show up to the families, stuff like that. So like she would help doing that too. So like social workers and all that, they're needed, man.
Yeah, their hearts are pure. Their hearts are pure, and it really reflects and shows so much to the people that we become, right?
I mean, definitely.
Man, that's got to be an incredible, difficult job, also, man. Social workers.
Social work. Oh yeah, you don't have, bro.
I just and with like 90% of the things they experience has to deal with kids.
Well, with them, I would think the most difficulty is dealing with the parents.
The parents?
I would think so, yeah, because you're dealing with, and especially with her, she was pretty much in the hood. You know what I mean? So you're dealing with parents that, some are out of jail, some are coming out of jail, some are going in. So it's like, these kids are going through the trauma themselves in their house.
Yeah, that's insane, man. How did you? Let's talk about you. You talked a little bit about your life as a police officer, and we're gonna go back to that. Tell me a little bit about Battle Bud.
Yeah, man. So Battle Bud is a project that I came up with, and what I would like to make it into a nonprofit and eventually, but what I do is I raise funds and I educate first responders and veterans on PTSD, right? Through my book, through podcasting. I have a podcast, Battle Bud podcast. It's on Spotify, iTunes, it's like 7 different platforms.
Nice.
But it's free to listen to, guys. Tune in. And what I go over on there is trauma. I interview people that have been through the worst trauma you can think of. Regular citizens, car accidents, addiction. I even do police officers as well. Have a couple of veterans, war veterans. And what we do is we go through it. We sit there and go through the trauma and how they went on a downward spiral. We also touch on how they realized they had an issue or who approached them with that to get their mind switched into recovery mode, how they went about recovery, where they sought help, any books they read that helped them, because there's people out there, man, that they have PTSD. They just don't understand what PTSD is.
Yeah.
So they're not reaching out for help.
Man. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my thing is that the more podcasts there is like that, the more people get tuned to that and they seek help,
Yeah, I related to a lot of, if I can share my story and relate to someone, they should share, hey, we're going through the same thing, we're on the same path, that maybe that person can hear it differently. And that's, for me, that's what I saw in you, right? Somebody that I can emulate that is doing the work, in his own way, that, I want to be around this person that's obviously successful, and admired. And then through that journey, I met Raul too. And I'm like, all right, I want to be around you too.
Yeah,
we're gonna push this subject. We're gonna push this story a little further, because PTSD or PTS, whatever they want to call it, it's so real, and we deal with it all the time that for us it's normalized. We know how to deal with it, and I think I'm strong enough.
Yeah.
Well, what it does a lot, man, is you'll notice, like, whenever people start going through trauma, you'll see the lack of empathy first. You know what I mean? A lot, and then that's what creates the marital problems, the distancing of family, of friends. Because you say stuff, man, and it's like it's hurtful. You know what I mean? But in your head, you're just talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't register in your brain as being hurtful.
Right.
But that, to me, that's what first came out. And then isolation. You isolate yourself. You don't want to be around other people because you don't want to put your burden on them, type thing.
Mhm.
Or you don't want to be around them because if there's one thing that they say that ticks you off, you have a short fuse.
Right.
And back then, I had a short fuse.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was always ready to fight or something, So and it's messed up to say that, man, but it's reality, and you had to come to terms with that, and you have to be able to step back and be like, look, I have an issue, So it's all about the person, man. They got to be ready for recovery. You can't force it on them.
That's definitely one thing that I've learned, and I speak about also, man, is even if people told me that I had an issue and that I needed help, I wasn't ready to get help until I was ready to get help.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Once I said, okay, there's a problem, it's time to change my life, that's when I started changing things.
Yeah.
But before then, anybody could have said anything and I wouldn't have listened.
But yes. But the reason why I wrote Silent Screams is because I got tired of seeing my friends commit suicide. Bro.
Understand.
You know what I mean? And the thing is that you're, as a man, something's going on with your friend, but you don't want to step up and express that to them because you don't want to intrude, right? You don't want to show up to their doorstep because they have a family. You don't want to be a nuisance to them, but you have to get them help, right? And now I have no shame, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, I got to talk to you. Yeah, I pull them aside.
Right.
There's ways to do it that's respectful. That's between you and that person, and it'll help them get their eyes open and seek the help that they need. So in the book, I go over my traumas. I have multiple shootings, just different stuff that happened on the street.
So
And
you got a lot of your stories in here?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's what's
The
up.
majority of them are my stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's only one that's not, and his name is Charles, and I grew up with him, and he did his input. He's a war veteran, and I think you'll like it when you read it, man.
Man, I'm definitely gonna check it out, man.
Yeah. So and what it does is it just brings it to light, and then it also there's towards the end it explains exactly what PTSD is, how to get help, where to get help, um, different ways to seek help within your family, go on outings, make sure you spend time with your family, your parents if you have them, utilize what you have around you to recover, right?
Man, there's a lot of people I want to connect the both of you with, and one of them is speaking right here. His name is David Vincent. He's the founder of Val 22.
Right.
That's
nice.
great organization.
I heard of them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Reach out to them too.
They're definitely out of
Connect.
Freeport. He's a good dude. Him and his wife, man, they're amazing people doing amazing things for the veteran community.
Was that Stephanie? Freeport?
Stephanie, yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Freeport. Yeah, they just had their hike.
The Silky Run.
Like
Silky
2 weeks ago, something like that.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was 19th.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that, man. So my stepdad, his brother's the mayor of Freeport right now.
Is he really?
Yeah, Brooks Bass. Yeah.
Yeah. So
man. So we definitely need to hook up.
Yeah, David said thanks for the shout out. He would love to look at the book, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, him and his wife, man. I can't speak nothing but praise on them too for the things they do.
Yeah, man. That's all we're about, man. The more partnerships we have, the more resources we have for these veterans. You know what I mean? Like rucks and 5Ks and festivals like this, like what I'm having in March 26th. Like all this stuff, it keeps their mind busy, man. It keeps them looking forward to an event, right? It keeps them looking forward, having a purpose.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that's the main thing that I think that that'll combat this suicide among veterans and first responders, because believe it or not, first responders are very high in suicide. I literally just had a lieutenant commit suicide in our police department a couple weeks ago, and it's real, man.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no stat to look at with that, but it happens daily.
Yeah, it does. One of the things that we've identified too, and you hear it all the time, is we just need to be together more.
Yeah,
we just need to be together more often. How do I get around like-minded people? How do I get around more veterans? How do I get around, more law enforcement, more first responders? Because when you can, it's hard, but nobody knows what a veteran went through unless it's another veteran. You just kind of feel that way, right? Like it's a weird thing that we go through. And then that transition is hard. You can prepare for it all you want, but when you actually do it, it's difficult. And it's the same thing. We don't expect the lingering effects of PTSD, but they're there, and we just don't understand how to cope with those.
Yeah, and you gotta, and also like saying PTSD, PTS. A lot of people don't like that term, right?
Yeah,
they don't like that. But the deal is, like, all the symptoms that stem from that, it's what it is, right? And the quicker you can realize that, the quicker you can get your help, right? Like, swallow your ego. You got it. Let's get to work. Let's get over this. Let's get you living a healthy life, right? For your family, for your job, hold down a good job. It's a life change, bro.
It is, man. Yeah. It's a healthier mindset. Once you doing things the right way, it feels good. Yeah. It's not as much as I'm trying to get more like this guy over here, where he's out everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And I'm still not at that point, because I like to hide away sometimes, but it's
well, you ain't hiding here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think it's important though to maximize our strengths, right? What you were doing is great. Don't downplay it. And obviously we're a little more extroverted, obviously. So it's easier for us to go out and talk to people and share the story that way. But being able to amplify our voices by what you're doing is also needed. And that's the thing. If we can get veterans to understand all of our PTS or stressors are very similar, but they're not the same. There's not a one size fits all. And so if I can just provide enough resources through what you're doing, through what we're doing, I don't care. If I can just get you out and around like-minded people again, just to see that you have so much value, your story's valuable. If you could just share it with like one person, man. And it just that's it. You're telling the story for one person.
And believe it or not, bro, you're saving lives just doing this podcast, to be honest with you. This with your apparel line, like, I mean, you might not think so, bro. Like, but it puts an impact out there in the veteran community.
Yeah. I see it, and it's humbling. And one thing I told myself when it started, man, I was like, if I was to save one veteran, then it was all worth it. And that's come and gone. Now I'm like, I want to save this many.
But what if that veteran's you?
Was that veteran me?
What if that veteran you're saving is you?
That's a good point.
I did save myself.
I mean, you're doing all of this because we think we're having an impact on somebody else, but the real benefit could be that person in the mirror. Could be you.
You're right. I feel like I benefit more. Well, I benefit a lot from this. Hearing other people's stories and discussing, it makes me feel like, okay, yeah, I'm not alone, and being out and like what you said, like with like-minded people, man, it's definitely a blessing.
So I'll tell you this, and that's why I agreed to jump on the Birdwell Foundation, to be honest with you, because I felt it through my podcast, through writing the book, through all the stuff. Like it's therapy in itself, right? If you're helping other people, it's actually therapy on yourself, right? You're helping yourself, right? It feels good to me knowing that I'm getting the resources needed for this veteran or for this first responder, right? To get over their trauma, right? To go back to their family, right? So when Mr. Birdwell came to my police department, he basically asked, "Hey, is there a police officer that has been through the shit, right? And came out the other end wanting to help people?" And they brought my name up, and he offered me the position as Texas director, and I took it, and then I worked myself up to national director. So
let's talk about that a little bit. I want to talk about the Birdwell Foundation. First of all, who is it?
So it's Mr. Gene Birdwell, and have you ever heard of Camp Hope?
I've heard of Camp Hope.
So he's the actual founder of Camp Hope.
He founded Camp Hope?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then the actual Camp Hope is directly across the street from his construction company.
Wow.
Right? So he's the one that started Camp Hope. He got pushed out.
What?
Right? And a lot of people ain't gonna like me hearing this, but like me saying this, but he got pushed out for some differences that he had. He wanted to go a different route, and they didn't want to, so he just left it and started the Birdwell Foundation for PTSD, which includes all veterans, not just combat veterans, and now first responders as well. And so what we do is we proactively seek out people in trauma that have trauma, that are first responders and veterans, and we're their peer support, bro.
Yeah.
We create peer support units within police departments, fire departments, dispatchers, wherever we can. All first responders. We actually just started with nurses because whenever we get shot,
right.
We're in their hands, right? And they're seeing this stuff every night, trauma.
Right, the other side of it.
Yeah, and nobody knows that either. Nurses, doctors, surgeons, like these people have to literally take apart limbs to dispose of them. You know what I mean? So to me, they're heroes as well.
Of course,
and they should be like that with everybody, right? But so we try to do that, and we do that completely for free. So we're a nonprofit, we're a 501c3. We do that for free. We build peer support units within departments. That way, if some trauma happens, if the officer involved shooting happens, let's say an HPD, right? HPD already has a peer support unit within HPD, but we're there in case they need any help, right? So like that mass casualty, the concert, what's his name?
Oh yeah, Astroworld.
Yeah, Astroworld. Yeah. So whenever that happened, the Birdwell Foundation went for support because it was a lot of people, right? And there's not as many as many people in the peer support unit, although they are doing a great job with NHPD. They're there for the officers, and they've been doing great. But we're just there for support for them. Now, the smaller police departments and fire departments, they don't have peer support units. That's where we step in and we train one or two of their guys. And if a firefighter goes into a fire and it messes with him, he sees a death, whatever, that peer support officer proactively seeks him out. Hey, bro, let's talk about this. Let's get this off your chest. Because once you start going, and we've seen this plenty of times, it happened to me too. Once you start going day to day, seeing trauma every day, you're seeing the worst of everybody's life, right? Every time you're getting called, especially police officers,
mm-hmm. Right? Yeah.
Right? So they don't call you to say hi, right? they call you because they need help right now,
right?
So you're going to these shootings, you're going to these mass casualty incidents, you're going to these rape incidents, you're going to the worst of the worst of that person's life, right? And they're seeing this every day. Mm-hmm. They have to go home, shrug it off,
right,
and raise their family.
Yeah,
right. This complex PTSD over the years, if you don't talk to somebody, if you don't get the help that you need throughout those years, what it does is it creates this tension inside of you. And when your wife is like, you need to help me clean up or whatever, something in your head's going to tick. And that's when these family disturbances happen. That's when veterans, first responders get thrown in jail.
Wow. Yeah.
Right. That's when veterans and first responders commit suicide. And it's a domino effect, man. We gotta nip it in the bud while the trauma's happening.
It's hard to get proactive about it, is what I'm hearing. Is that right? Like
now not so bad. Back when I was having the traumas and back when we were dealing with the stuff, yes, because it wasn't normalized. Now people are starting to see the reality of what's going on, and police departments, fire departments, big name businesses, companies, they're starting to understand that, hey, there is something to this. We need to invest in that.
So you said that Birdwell is you said you started out in Texas. How many cities are you in Texas? Or nationwide?
Nationwide, we are in I think we're in 12 now. We were 16 a while back, but we're 12 now strong. We still have resources in 16, mm-hmm. but we got 12 strong
states
right now. Yeah. And now also stemming from the Birdwell Foundation is Camp Valor. Right. So Camp Valor, what that is a live-in facility, and we house and help first responders and veterans get over PTSD symptoms. And we have a strict schedule. They have 3 different phases they have to go through, and it's saving lives for real right there, man. Because those guys, they have no other way to go. They have no other way to go, and no other place to go. Right. Mike Davila and John Bailey, they're our camp co-directors, and they hold AA meetings there on site. We go about a mile down the road where we have a lady that owns acres and acres of land, and they let them do therapy with horses, and they do that for free.
Where is Camp Valor located?
So Camp Valor is located in Conroe, Texas, and you can actually go on birdwellfoundation.org, and you can find out about Camp Valor on there more in detail.
So who can get into Camp Valor, or what kind of guests do you have? Or
all veterans and first responders that suffer from PTSD.
So what's the perfect client? Right. Like,
well, there's no
okay. What's your range? Because even for us, we don't have an ideal client, but it's like, is it just males or is it just females?
Yeah. So right now it's all males. We're trying to raise money right now for our septic system to be expanded. And once we're able to do that, we're able to hold a lot more people, which is going to be open to females and first responders. Right now, it's all veterans, but we can have first responders there. But whenever we expand, we're going to separate the first responders from the veterans just because they're
Traumas,
different traumas.
Right.
Yeah,
It's different.
but it is different.
How long are they there for normally?
So 4 to
Average?
6 months,
Okay.
and it's a living facility. Now we already have a couple of buildings already bought and paid for on the property. We're just waiting to get the funds for the septic system and the water to get ran through to them, and then we can open it up to more, which in turn will allow us to hold up to 40 to 45 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we're definitely expecting that to happen.
So is Mr. Birdwell, is he a first responder, veteran, or anything? What,
So he's a veteran.
he's a veteran?
So,
What, so that's what led him into doing this type of
yeah, I believe so. I think what also led him to do it is I think one of his friends had sent him a YouTube video, and it was on PTSD,
Mhm.
right? And on veterans on coming back from war, and I think that's when he opened up Camp Hope and PTSD of America, right?
Yeah.
And then and then when he branched off, he just followed suit, and he just opened it up even more because he saw the need for first responders and all veterans, not just combat veterans.
Yeah. I like the fact that it reaches out to first responders also, man. You know, because I mean, sometimes we forget.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's something that we just like. I don't know. I guess forget is a good word.
yeah, and I get that a lot. You know, a lot of people forget about the first responders because they see us here. You know, we're not overseas fighting in a war type thing, but we do see a lot of trauma, and we do have to act on a lot of stuff. And sometimes we have to take life, you know, and sometimes we see life taken away in front of us, which I have, and it's just it hits you a different way, man. Especially when you're on your home soil, you're not overseas,
Yeah.
you're not expecting that,
Right.
you know what I mean? So
Man, I see it, man. Tell us, let's talk about this. This is your second annual Hometown Heroes event. Your second annual. So, man, let's talk a little bit about it.
yeah, man. Yeah, so our first one was last year, and I created it within what I say like 5 weeks before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 5 weeks before the actual event even took place, and I was rushing to do it. And the main reason why I did it because I saw the need. Um, I saw the need to bring the community and our veterans together because I've been doing a lot of these crisis calls, man. When people are in crisis, they want to commit suicide, they want to do harm on themselves, and they're isolated, and it's hard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that it's good when you bring the community together with the veterans, with the first responders. It gives them a sense of purpose, to look forward to an event, a big event every year, especially for them. And and yeah, man, I love the whole idea of it. You know, and last year we didn't have a 5K. This year we do. You can look it up on Facebook. It's a Run to Recovery 5K. That's the page, and you can sign up through the page. It has a link where you can click on it and sign up through the page. Now, the 5K, we did partner with Dr. Donald Brown, and he's with Believe Incorporated. I grew up with him. He is an awesome guy, man. And I wanted to partner up with him because I knew him. I knew like everything that he's doing is from the heart. So what Believe Incorporated is, it stems off the Donald Brown Developmental League. And what he does is he created this league of football, volleyball, all the sports to help out kids getting into organized sports.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And as y'all all know, during the pandemic, these kids were stuck at home,
Man.
and he created that sport, that league, to get them out of the house and get them back involved with the community, with each other. And man, he's doing a wonderful job with that. So I thought, what better else, to hook up with the youth and veterans and first responders, because when those kids grow up, a lot of them are going to be veterans and first responders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would love for them to see the brotherhood that we have at these events, And man, I would love for both of y'all to be there, man, because what we're gonna do is gonna be crazy. Especially now that we have Soldier Hard, who's a hip hop artist. He was also a war veteran, and the guy's awesome, man. If y'all have a chance, look him up on YouTube. Soldier Hard and J Deuce. They're under Redcon One music group, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. He sings about stuff that is straight from his heart, right? And it saves lives, bro.
I'm gonna tell you a secret, man. Charlie Mike was created after a night of binging and listening to his music.
Really?
His song, Charlie Mike.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know if I mean, I'm sure he knows it, bro, but I don't know if he knows the impact he's having, right? Because like my favorite songs, I have two of them, and one is Triggers, and the other one is oh man, Red Flags.
Yeah.
So my deal is, awareness saves lives. That's my thing. Like, if you're not aware of what's going on, you can't save you can't help yourself, right? So if y'all listen to those two songs, man, it's an anthem to recovery, right? And it's just after I heard those two, those are actually my two first songs I ever heard of him. I was hooked. I was like, man, I got to reach out to this guy, get him at the event, and he loved my pitch that I threw at him, man, and he loved what we did, and he loves what we're doing with the veterans and the first responders, and he's all about it. So I think it's going to be a great deal. And then afterwards, he's going to do. You saw the was it the Warriors Pledge?
Mm-hmm. Spartan Pledge.
Spartan Pledge. There you go.
Yeah.
So he's going to do that, and those of y'all that I don't know is he's going to have a sword out there, man, that is made from the rubble of 9/11. And everybody that's a veteran and first responder knows that we're all, especially our age, we're attached to 9/11, whether you like it or not, right?
It's true.
So whenever I was in boot camp, whenever I went off to war, like that was when it was picking up, and we had people that we didn't even know walking through there, saluting us, stopping, because they knew what was going on, and that was a world impact, man. So yeah, so that's gonna be heavy.
Yeah, I haven't got the chance to see the sword. I'm excited about that, and I'll be there. So the event is March 26th, and where's it gonna be located, man?
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be on National Oak Park. Let me get the name right. Yeah, National Oak Park, 118 South Magnolia Street, Alvin, Texas. And it's going to start at 8 a.m. and at 7 p.m. Soldier Hard is going to go on at 5 p.m. and close out the event for us. But we're also going to have a car show. We're going to have a motorcycle show. We're going to have a 5K in the morning. If y'all want to get on the 5K, please let me know. Y'all can reach out to, it's called Run to Recovery 5K. We created our own page on Facebook, and then you can go run to recovery 5K at gmail.com, and you can directly get in contact with us, and we'll get you signed up. But yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome.
Are y'all still accepting vehicles?
Oh yeah. If you go on Hometown Heroes, the second annual Hometown Heroes, that's our Facebook page. You can sign up through the link that's on there.
Man, what type of vendors y'all gonna be having?
Oh man, we have right now we have 87 vendors signed up.
87.
So we're hoping we hit 100 vendors. Yeah. Anybody out there that's in South Houston, Alvin area, Angleton, Pearland, if y'all are a vendor, y'all want to sell some stuff, let us know. And in Hometown Heroes event at gmail.com, just inbox me and I'll set you up. Email me, I'll set you up. And then,
last year, with only about 5 weeks of preparation, these guys put on a great show. I went with my family a little at the end of it, but the car show was so cool to watch. I mean, even as they're exiting, the booths were nice. The weather was great, which we were hoping for again. The park is nice. It's just, again, it's an event where veterans can get together, or the community could be together, not just veterans, first responders, because just to see each other again. And to kick off the year, I mean, that's a perfect follow-up for Val 22, Silky Run. Hey, You know what?
Yeah.
We're a bunch of veterans getting together, come out, support some veteran-owned businesses, be around, see what other resources there are out there, because it's about community.
Man,
Really.
I'm definitely excited about it. You know, I was thinking about doing a booth, and then I was like, you know what? No, because I want to go and I want to enjoy.
I want to enjoy it, bro. Yeah.
I want to enjoy the event.
Hey, I'm gonna get you a snow cone this time, bro.
There you go.
Oh, you tell me.
Oh yeah, my wife will be out there with Snowy.
Yeah, man.
She's actually changing her
Free
name
snow
up.
cones for everybody.
They
Nah,
got to pull that back. She's not going to be there. So her associate.
Yeah.
No, yeah, man. We really wanted to get involved last year, but we had something else going on that day. We'll go out there too. My plan is to be there fully to help my wife set up, but to be there as a participant to help answer questions, because, man, you guys are just doing a phenomenal job. Birdwell, the foundation. It seems like it was just a little spark, and then you guys really took off.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So, whenever I got on, man, they were already rocking and rolling,
right?
You know, they were already going. Roger Marshall, he is the national director on the veteran side. I'm on the first responder side, and he has been rocking and rolling this like no other, right? He's connecting with rehab facilities. He partnered us with a behavioral health clinic, which is doing big things in Florida. And I just partnered. We just partnered with True Self Recovery, and that's in Arkansas. We just started a team up there, and they're rehab facilities that help veterans and first responders get through life, man. You know, so yeah, it's a great thing, and things are moving.
Yeah,
for sure. And Camp Valor, man, it's so. I want to express real quick exactly what we do in Camp Valor. So we take these guys through classes. We keep them busy all day, right? We teach them life skills to where whenever they get out, they're able to get a job, right? A lot of these guys, you know, they need that, right? Teach them how to do resumes, teach them how to become closer to God, right? Everything they need is there. AA meetings. It's an environment of recovery, positive recovery. A lot of places ain't positive. This is all positive. The guys that run it are battle tested, bro. Like, these guys have been in the thick of it, dealing with guys with the worst case, the worst symptoms of this. And they're, man.
Yeah, I was reading a book, How More on leadership. How More is from the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Everybody knows we were soldiers. And he says that what we don't realize is we think that we survived it. We think that we survived life. It's like, but you won, right? You're winning, you know? And I think that's a great message to send, because I mean, we've all had our struggles, right? All of us, even you guys are out there, right? But you being here today is a win. It's a solid win. And I can see the need for a camp like that to say, hey, you've won, right? You're here now. That's the hardest part. The work is ahead of you, where you can really thrive. You know, your past doesn't predict your future. Not anymore. Three examples right here of exactly owning the stuff and then going out there and winning. Because success is defined differently by everybody. You guys are like killing it, man. It's so cool to see, bro.
And it's good to see veterans that come in just broken, you know. And these guys, man, Mike Davila and John Bailey and their staff in there. And like, I visit them, man, I bring them lunches and stuff. And man, it breaks me, because, you know, there's a lot of people in there. but it's good to see them come all out, you know, talk to me, share their stories about how, you know, they're becoming successful in Camp Valor, learning life skills.
Let me ask you, how do you continue to do what you do? You know, what's a technique you do for self-care? What is it that you're doing that you think is helping, like one little something?
So my personal self-care.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, I wake up early in the morning, man. Like, I gotta be at work at 5 a.m. and I wake up at 3 a.m. and for the first hour, You know, I wake up, I don't mess with my phone. I give thanks, man. I I I go over what needs to be done. You know what I did the day before, how I can make it better today. You know, and I I write in my journal a little bit.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know, that's how I keep track of my life. You know, that's how I keep track of my progress. And that's a big deal too, man. People out there suffering from PTSD. If there's anything that y'all would like to start with, uh, grab a journal, man. Put it next to your bed. Even if it's nightmares, man. When you wake up, jot it down. How did you react to this nightmare? Right? How I woke up swinging. Write it. I woke up crying. Write it. Right? The reason why you do this is because after months and months of doing this, you'll see how you're trending, right? If you're getting worse, you know you need to get help. If you're getting better, you know what you're doing right, right? And you keep doing it. So whatever you put in your head is how you're gonna live your life. So like with me, on my drive home or my drive home from work, my drive to work, it's about 35 minutes each way. That's a little over an hour, right? Of being in a car. I don't listen to music. I listen to positive stuff. I listen to affirmations. I listen to um, motivational stuff just to get my mind right. Because even if you don't need it, and you create that trend in your mind that automatically that's your go to, you'll never have to get yourself motivated because you're already there.
How do you? This is the question I ask a lot of people, is because it you hear so many stories and help so many people. How do you not let that affect you? Like sometimes when I'm speaking with people, and I speak with people after people after people, sometimes it gets to me on a personal level,
Yeah.
where I'm like, oh shit, it brought me down.
Yeah.
So how do you control that?
So that's years, right? So whenever I became a police officer, we're counselors too,
Yeah.
right? So we go to these rape victims and we hear the war stories, and we're trying to uh, we're trying to help them through their trauma, get them the right resources, stuff like that. So that's years of that, right? You got to separate yourself from work and their personal life. You can't let it come home with you,
Yeah, I feel
right? And it took a while to understand that, right? Now after that, dealing with these crisis calls, dealing with people that actually have severe PTSD. Um, we have a lady, man, that just came on in Arkansas. She lost 3 kids in a house fire.
Oh shit.
Right? She was a firefighter. She lost 3 kids in a house fire. She actually got blown back, knocked out unconscious because she tried to run up the stairs into the fire to get her kids. She woke up in the hospital not knowing that her kids were passed. And like stuff like that, bro. Like even like now, I get emotional saying that because I got kids.
Yeah, it's heavy.
You know what I mean? So she went down a bad path, right? Drugs, alcohol, and you can't blame her, right? She lost 3 of her beautiful babies, right? But her mom was strong enough to understand she needed help, got her the help that she needed, and now she's our director in Arkansas.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Right? So, but the thing is that whenever you're helping these people in crisis, like I always look at it as what can I do to make this guy sleep better, right? What can I do to make this guy understand that he's not alone, right? And when I do that, when I try to focus on those specific things, I don't carry that burden, right? Because I'm focused on helping this person. So,
man, I'm excited about the event. I'm definitely. So tell me about what is it? The thin blue line, MC.
Yeah, man, they've been a blessing, bro. So what they're doing is not only did they donate money to the event, but they are also they created a ride. It's called Ride to Recovery, right? If you go to second annual Hometown Heroes event on Facebook, you can actually sign up through the link on there as well. And now they created this. It's motorcycles and all vehicles. So what you can do is sign up through the link, show up at the event at 10 a.m., get checked in, and then right after the national anthem at 10, they ride out, and it's going to be probably about an hour and a half ride. They come back to the event and they party at the event.
Man, that's what's up. I
man.
like that.
And they're donating 100% of the profits to Birdwell Foundation for PTSD.
And they're all police officers.
So they're all police officers, and a lot of them are police officers and veterans, and some of their family as well. But as of right now, they're the largest law enforcement motorcycle club in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I actually got a cousin with them.
For real.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's funny.
You know, he rides, man. Yes.
Yeah, and there's 49. They got 49 chapters, man, nationwide.
Damn.
So, man, I'm telling you, bro, they're a blessing for real. And not only that, Deanie Boy, she's been working with me. She's the one that's putting all this together, man. And she also helped us build links for our 5K and our ride to recovery. And she did that for free. And you know that costs money.
Yeah.
You know, so man, they're helping us so much, and I'm learning so much from them too.
Are y'all taking volunteers or anything along those lines?
Oh yeah. So if anybody wants to volunteer, please email or inbox us on our Facebook page, second annual Hometown Heroes event Facebook page, or email us at Hometown Heroes event@gmail.com. And man, I sign off on hours too. If you need hours, I sign off on that. Y'all know
he's talking to you. You know who he's talking to.
Yeah. So yes, I sign off on hours. We will need help with the 5K. We're gonna have different stations giving out water bottles or doing something for the runners every certain distance. But we will need help with that. We're gonna need help with the car show, motorcycle show. We're gonna need bodies for that to help judge as well, and also we're gonna need help with raffles. So we're gonna have about 100 vendors there, and every vendor is gonna give one item, right? And we're gonna create drawings all throughout the day, right? So we're gonna have drawings going, and we will need help, getting those together. But yeah, man, we're gonna have the Dunkin' booth there. Last year, hey,
who's gonna be in it?
I'm gonna tell you something, man. And I don't know if this was because people didn't like me or what, but no, but I was actually talking a lot of mess. I was talking a lot of mess to everybody that was walking by me, but I was in the Dunkin' booth for a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
I was only going to do it like for 10 minutes, man. But everybody kept buying tickets when I was up there. So I was like, you know what, I'll stay. And then finally I just got tired. I was like, man, I'm out. But it was constantly, man, I was getting dunked like left and right. And
I'd pay for that.
I'd pay some money to dunk both of you, actually.
Yeah. We're gonna hold you to it. He's gonna bring his Speedos too.
I want my money back there, man.
No, but yeah, man, it's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna get out there, and especially for our veterans and first responders, man, we want to pay tribute. We want to give the love, give them their flowers, man. You know what I mean? Because they do a lot for our community. They do a lot for our nation. Whether it's overseas or here at home.
Yeah, man. Will, you got a couple questions, man?
Oh, I always got questions.
I know.
I always got questions. All right, let's run through a few. Who's your most influential leader? Or who had the most influence on your life? I mean, we talked about your dad.
My dad for sure, but outside of my
outside
of my family,
non-immediate family.
Yeah, you always like doing that. Let me.
I mean, because I've listened to Matt speak a few times. He's coming, and he said a couple of times, a senior officer. Or now we have anybody you're talking to now. It's just like, man,
there is a senior officer that I like a lot, man, and he helped me through life. But as of right now, I think Roger Marshall, man. I work with him day in, day out, and man, I can't match his hustle, bro.
Yeah,
he's with the foundation.
Yeah, so he's the other national director
on
the military side, and bro, he's always doing something.
Yeah,
he's always making partnerships. He's always connecting with veterans, if I have a crisis call, man, I can call him. He'll answer the phone, right? And we'll tag team on that crisis call to help this veteran, to help this first responder. And he does the same thing.
Wow, man.
12 o'clock and midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, bro. Like he's there. Right.
That's
so like
what's
it's one person that I strive to be like.
Yeah. We had a discussion last week on Saturday about mentors, and it's like your mentors can be your peers.
Yeah,
Just,
definitely.
you're chasing something, they're pushing you up. So we talked a lot about PTSD, but is there a recurring theme with that? Like, is there like a recurring priority, or do you see some of the same symptoms that we can kind of flag that we should be aware of?
You're talking about red flags,
like triggers?
Yeah,
Is that what you-
red flags,
Okay,
triggers.
yeah.
Okay, so it varies, man, with a lot of people. So I'll say this. So I can only speak for myself because it's my personal deal. When you start seeing yourself distance yourself from family, when you start seeing yourself not interested in stuff that you used to be interested in, when you start indulging in alcohol, drugs, there's a reason for that, right? And you need to get to the bottom of that and fix it. These are all red flags, right? I will say like nightmares is very common. Thoughts of paranoia, paranoia is common.
Man, Raul,
Yeah.
I feel like he's talking about you, bro.
Man, 100%. Hey, I was paranoid before you got here.
Yeah, we've all been there, man.
You had a legitimate reason this time.
Yeah, I used to walk around my house in the middle of the night, bro, and no lie. Like it's just something that happens. And you're when you go through trauma, man, your brain is triggered to where it doesn't want you to hurt again.
Right.
So it's something that happens in your brain that keeps you alert, keeps you aware of everything, your surroundings. But by doing that, it definitely affects you negatively.
I've heard it said that our minds are wired for survival.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
exactly
we're
what it
always
is.
trying to survive, or always trying to figure out the best ways to get out of this. And so we're not really hunting happiness, right? Unless we're actually like trying to do it. What makes you happy?
Staying with my family, man, my wife and my kid. That's when I'm the happiest, for sure.
And last one, why the Navy?
Because I didn't want to work for nobody. The Marine Corps that work for the Navy.
Hey, man, I'm on the Army.
No, we're both Army. So it's all good.
That's even worse, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm curious because
Well, you really want to know why?
Yeah.
So my dad was a Marine Corps. He was a Marine, and I did it just to spite him.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Honest to God, bro.
You hear that, pups?
I did it just to spite him.
Ask him what his dad was. His dad was a Marine Corps.
Yeah, my dad was a Marine, bro. My dad was a Marine.
Yeah, man. So and that's the honest truth, bro. Like that's the only reason why.
That's fun.
And now when we get together and we drink together, we always have a good time, bro.
Yeah,
it's always insults back and forth for the Navy and whatever, the Marine Corps.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah. Good times, man.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Man, so let me ask you a question, man. So Silent Screams, tell me how people can get their own.
They can get it anywhere books are sold online, anywhere. It's in Barnes and Noble. It's on
Amazon.
It's on Kindle. It's going to be on Audible here in a few months.
You reading it?
No, I'm not going to do it, man.
Oh man, you got that deep, sexy voice, bro.
I don't want to see the Army, man.
Yeah, damn it. Hey, he said that.
I'm very comfortable with who I am. That's all that
but I have a guy that already did it. It's professionally read. And it's good, man. It's good. It's really good, and I think a lot of people are gonna like it, and I'm putting it in Audible just because I like hearing audibles. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like going to work. I like hearing it, but I also like reading it, man. So it's I just people say that they finished that book in like 4 hours, and I'm like, man, how do you do that? I can't even focus on reading for 4 hours. But it's an easy read, guys. I know I was dealing with veterans and first responders, so I double spaced it, big letters,
But that's
You
it,
know what I
man.
mean?
Hey,
Yeah,
can I
man.
pronounce every word?
There you go, man. Every word you
Fifth
can.
grade reading level.
You
Yeah,
can, man.
I
You
got
can.
it, bro.
I made this dumb proof, bro.
Man. And when it comes to Battle Bud podcast,
Uh-huh.
man, how do people find that?
Yeah, man. So that's on Spotify, Anchor, iTunes. You know, just type in Battle Bud podcast or my name, and it'll pop up. And yeah, it's free. And I would love for y'all to check it out, and I would love feedback, man, for
Yeah.
sure.
Definitely, that's what's up. And as far as more information on the Birdwell Foundation,
Yeah, so birdwellfoundation.org is our website. You can go on there and you can see our 501c3 paperwork. You can see we're totally legit. You can look up our Camp Valor. You can look up the different states that we're in. You can see all the leaders, the team leaders in different states, our directors in different states. You can see what programs we have going on right now as well. You can see some of our sponsors that are on there. Some of our partners are on there, their logos.
You are not alone. There are folks here that want to help.
For sure.
And I can't recommend these folks enough. Just handle this so well, so professionally.
And our slogan is "No one heals alone."
No one heals alone. I like that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
Takes a village.
So the second annual Hometown Heroes
Sir.
is March 26th. You guys be sure to check it out on Facebook.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, check it out on Facebook. It's on Hometown Heroes, a second annual Hometown Heroes event. Just look up that page, like it, and just follow what we're going through, man. I post on there a lot about new stuff that's coming up. That's we're gonna integrate in it. And this is the flyer. If you see it going around, it's gonna be going around. I printed out a lot of them. I'm gonna be tagging everybody up with it. But yeah, so I also want to let you know that Handmade Craft Makers of Brazoria County. So this lady is an angel, right? Ms. Diana Nolan. She is doing this for free for the foundation. She gets all of the vendors together. She's our coordinator for vendors. She does everything for free.
That's work, man.
She got 87 vendors signed up for this.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And that promo video was pretty cool, man, for the motorcycle ride too.
Oh, yeah.
I think you get a good turnout for that, man.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm trying to get better on my content, man. I'm making all my content.
Man, it's hard, man.
You did that?
Oh yeah.
Nah, man. Nah, bro.
Yeah,
come on.
yeah. I don't play around with this stuff, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And also one of our other content creators as well as Miss Carme. And she's she's a part of our media team as well. And she is awesome at doing social media, getting stuff pushed out nationwide. And she's just a good artist, period. Right. And she helps out with the behavioral health center in Florida as well. Now on these, if you do see these cards going around, on the back, there's a QR code right here. You can scan it and you can sign up directly on that link for the ride to recovery.
Yeah, we're gonna help you pass them out here in Pearland.
That's right.
They'll be everywhere.
Awesome.
Again, you guys be sure to come out to the second annual Hometown Heroes and watch Soldier Hard. And Jay Deuce will be performing, and their music, man. Their music is inspiring. I know you were saying that earlier, but with Redcon One Music Group, they talk about recovery, PTSD. The Road to Recovery is actually one of his songs.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I like it, man. And he's, not to push myself, but I'm in one of his songs. So check it out.
There you go. And also he made a song for me too for my book. It's called Silent Screams.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man. So go on Spotify and listen to it, man. It's called Silent Screams. And it's my story. You know what I mean? So
Dang, that's what's up.
Have you heard it?
Nah.
Oh man, y'all need to hear it.
I didn't know.
He did a really good job.
That's what's up. I'm gonna check it out, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Once we get done here, I'm gonna definitely check it out. Man, do you have any closing thoughts you'd like to say, either both of you?
Yeah, there's some of my big key takeaways is the way he starts his mornings, right? I mean, I'm kind of migrating that way myself, up early, starting with gratitude, No phones. Man, that's that's
huge.
so big.
Man, I got
No phones. Trying to get a schedule. I mean, I work on that too, and then just journaling. Man, I haven't been a huge journaler before. I like to write. It's just something about putting pen to paper that words flow, and then so those are the big ones that I took out.
Yeah, so I'll tell you this: if anybody is going through anything right now, man, please reach out to me. I'll put my phone number out: 832-561-9593. That's my direct cell. If anybody needs help in any capacity with PTSD, how to get over it, any new ways to get over it, call me, text me. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stress this more, man, than like I'm giving my personal number out. I don't care, man. If I save a life, I save a life,
bro.
That's one. You know what I mean? That like I don't care. Like, this is my life, bro. Like I heal by healing.
Yeah.
Right. Like, on the back of my shirt is be there healing. Right. And
right.
That's how I live my life. Now, I will say, people that are struggling, the number one thing to get started on right now is journaling. And the reason why is because you're writing your own book, right? Whether you write a book later or not, you're writing your own book. You're keeping track of yourself. You're making yourself accountable. Put it on pad, put it on paper, whatever you need to do. Address your issues. And once you see that stuff all written down on paper, you can't turn away from that, right? When you write down, I woke up swinging at night and I hit my wife. Write that down. Right.
Yeah. And the thing is too, it doesn't have to be long, right? You can start small, but you get your little timer from a board game that we play with our kids all the time. Turn that sucker over and then write for 2 minutes. This is what I did. Right.
And label it.
Yeah.
What I did, hey, March 2nd, boom, woke up screaming, right? Saw a knife, got triggered, and then go in detail on it. How was that trigger, right? I got my heartbeat started going. I started breathing heavy, right? Keep track of what you're doing, because after you start getting the help that you need, you'll see how you get better, right? And then when you do get better, you have your own blueprint for the next person, right?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Man, I feel like we got a lot from this podcast, and I appreciate you being on the show, man. I
appreciate you having me, man.
Nah, it's an honor, man. Like I said, man, thank you for your service, and thank you for what you continue to do every day. To both of you guys, and just so you know, I look up to you.
Oh man.
Hey, and he put his number out there, but you remember he's a police officer, so you guys don't be doing nothing crazy.
Yeah, don't be doing crazy, man. Yeah, this is like, seriously, man. If people need help, that's the number, man.
I want y'all to link up with it, man. I want you to link up with David from Val 22
for sure.
And we got Brian Gibson right here, man. He's a good dude. He's actually starting something similar, but in another state. Project Die Hard. He's a good dude, man. He said he wants to link up with you guys. He's got a few questions. Yeah, man. With that, guys, y'all, anything else you'd like to say?
Anything?
I'm good, my man. I love you guys.
I'm good, man. Just keep an eye out on each other, man. Have each other six. If you need any help, birdwellfoundation.org. If you need me, Matthew Marin, National Director, just hit me up anytime, man. 832-561-9593. And then also, if you're in crisis, you can either do that, hit me up, or go on. We have a 24/7 crisis line at birdwellfoundation.org for both veterans and first responders. All right.
That's what's up, man. Thank you for coming out. You guys be sure to check it out. Second annual Hometown for Heroes event. It's on Facebook. Be sure to check out Matthew's book, Silent Screams, available anywhere.
And also $2 from every book goes towards the Birdwell Foundation.
There you go. That's another reason to buy the book. And be sure to check out also the podcast, Battle Buds. Battle Bud Podcast.
Man, you can get your shirt too at battlebudproject.com.
There you go.
There you go, man.
Man, I ain't even mad. Do it. Hey, with that, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. As always, if you missed the show, it'll be available on all podcast platforms as of tomorrow.
Awesome.
With that, everyone have a good night, and Charlie Mike.